Welcome to the Reality Revolution. We have today the one and only Kyle Boyd, the man, the myth, the legend from the Heart Coherence Collaborative. As you guys know, we've had Kyle on several times. Kyle helped put together a retreat for me recently in Maine, and we both agreed that we needed to come on and talk about it and sort of decompress from what happened because we had supernatural experiences in this event. It was so life-changing, so transforming that we sort of needed to discuss it because we both had our own experiences. And I also think it's sort of a reflection on what is happening in the world. I think that we're about to go through the shift that we've always been talking about, the Great Awakening, in these little groups as people come together and share their light, that something special is happening with that. And it was so transformative to me. It literally changed my life forever. So, welcome to the Reality Revolution, Kyle.
Oh, thank you so much, And for anybody listening, I just want to let you know, like, if you're in your own little pocket in the world doing reality revolution meditations with Brian Scott, you're not alone. Like, when everybody came to the Golden Heart, it was mind-blowing to see how they formed this perfect family. Like, almost like they have known each other forever. It was beautiful. And yeah, I'm just so excited that we're going to be doing more of this.
Absolutely, 100%. On the first day, as I was telling you, when I arrived the night before, and so then on the first day we went out, and I had to drive from Portland, Maine, and then where the Golden Heart Estates was, it was about an hour drive. And so you're driving through like forest, but it's like a city. It's like all the, it says the city limits, and then it's just all trees like on this highway, and then it's Jiffy Lube pops up and you keep driving. And
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
just, it was beautiful, but it felt like I was in another world a little bit.
Mhm.
So that was kind of a cool vibe as I was driving, listening to my music, in the rental. And I get to the house and I walk up and I feel this heat, this energy. I could sense it. I started getting goosebumps. And when went in and I met everybody, there's something special that happens
Mhm.
when I meet people in the reality revolution. I think it's a really unique and powerful group. A lot of these people that I met had been meditating with me for 7 years. We've been through so much on this channel. We have learned so much, been on so many different journeys, and been through so many vistas in meditation that it felt like such a powerful shared experience. As soon as we were together, we were all like soulmates immediately. It was like an instant soul family, like you said.
Why is that? It's so interesting to
Yeah.
think about because it's like I go and meet with people all the time, but for some reason, when I walked away from Golden Heart at the end on Sunday, every single person was like family. And since that time,
Since that time.
they've been deep in my memory bank.
Yeah,
They've been in my heart. Like the energy of the Reality Revolution family is beautiful. It's actually
absolutely.
beautiful. This isn't something I'm saying. It's like an amazing organism. And
It is so exciting. We are doing everything we can to get people to come together from the reality revolution because when it does, so incredible to watch. I had mentioned to you that the first time I really saw the reality revolution sort of come together, I was invited to an event in New York, Josiah
mm,
Brand. That's where I met you in person.
yeah.
And so several people from the revolution showed up because they knew I was going to be there. And everybody was so unique and special and different that they instantly recognized them as soul family. And so there's amazing diverse group of people in the reality revolution. This is from people I coach,
Mm,
people that I talk to on the chat right now. There are people are talking on chat on YouTube, people that I've met and discussed with in on Reddit, and like my good friend Osman who's out there, and then on Facebook and on Discord. And we have a collection of people in the reality revolution because like attracts like.
yeah.
We have a collection of people that are very unique and special. We have CEOs, actors, musicians, we have sculptors, we have engineers, physicists, doctors, dentists, medical doctors, we have healers, we have amazing gurus that are in their own right putting on incredible retreats themselves who have written books. Everybody's like a super expert, everybody's like a genius. Everybody, when you're in their presence, they immediately shift you. It's not just a group of people showing up; it's a group of people that are already on a certain level, and it feels like we are an advanced class. I mean, I've been teaching stuff at a high level. And, it's not treating everybody like we're in some sort of mystery school or anything. We've talked about very advanced stuff. So people over time have naturally been attracted to it. And these are some of the most incredible people in the world. That's the
Yeah,
thing is when I'm meeting them, they all were so incredible, so amazing. And at the first day, when we did the first meditation, remember everybody's a little bit quiet,
yeah,
they're comfortable and they're happy to be there. And then on that last meditation on Sunday, everybody was just talking and it was like they were best friends. There was a connection that formed in that group that was so incredible. And I guarantee there are people in that group that did not know each other before that now are best friends forever. I've already seen it in our WhatsApp group, right?
yeah,
So, this is not about me doing this event. This is
yeah,
about facilitating a unique and special connection. We are the revolution. We are the revolution of reality itself.
yeah.
We're the biggest revolution of all time. It
It
goes
is
beyond time
true.
and space. We are changing the universe. This
Yeah,
unique group of superheroes and gods and goddesses and masters all coming together in one place.
yeah.
Um, I felt like immediately like I have to do everything in my power for the rest of my life to facilitate more connections with these people and as many events to make it as possible for as long as we can, you know?
It's almost a really surreal feeling because my entire life I've always felt like the black sheep of the black sheep of the black
Yeah.
sheep. And during this event, I was like pinching myself. I'm like, wow, these people actually care like I
Yeah.
care. They have the heart like I have the heart,
Yeah.
like it felt really cool,
The
man.
thing was, these are people from all over the world, from different locations, rural, from city, from different political beliefs and
Yeah,
backgrounds, from different religions. And it
yeah,
didn't matter. Like all of our differences when we were there, nothing mattered.
yeah,
Usually when you're out in the world, you feel a separation with different kinds of people. And there
yeah.
was none of that. We were all one. It was a very unique experience, right?
Yeah, yeah. It just caught me because this was given to me
Yes.
by one
I
of the
got mine
members,
too. Yeah.
and it's held such a high
I
frequency
mean, he's
that
smithing in his backyard, right?
right, right, right.
And he like I mean, we have these incredible people, and so that's part of it.
Yeah.
Through and I told you the story on the way to the retreat. So I'm going to the airport. I land at the airport. I'm going through. I stop. It's that morning when you're at the airport. Should I eat breakfast or not? And I'm like, okay, there's a coffee shop right here, and I'm just
Mm,
gonna grab a breakfast sandwich. And there's the shared tables. They have the airport like that.
yeah.
People kind of
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
and grab
yeah.
it. So I sit across from this girl, right, on the way to the retreat, and she's like, "You're Brian Scott. I've watched every single one of your episodes." And I had not
Wow.
really had that, it wasn't just somebody that knew me, but had also consumed my content. I very quickly realized she was making references to old episodes from years ago, and she was just
Wow.
visiting, to go to a wedding. I thought, are you going to the
Wow.
retreat for a second? Because it was really bizarre that I would suddenly meet and that she would even recognize me. Because a lot of times people are just hearing my voice, they're not seeing
Yeah.
me, right?
Yeah.
And I knew right away that something special was happening. And even she was amazing, right? And so it's really really exciting. That's all I can. People, I've seen comments and stuff. Brian, it's like it's an infomercial, or I'm trying to sell. I'm not selling anything. I'm sharing an experience, and I promise there are other people like me that are starting and holding retreats and events that are talking about a similar experience. You've had some retreats as well that you also had this happen. What I'm saying is we've been talking about the shift for years, but we've reached a level. The shift was always about a group energy. That's what it always was. That's all those channelers. That's what they were saying. When Ra is saying there's a social memory complex that forms, there's a group mind that starts to form. And suddenly, all those other things that we become divisive about, that separate us, that limit the world, that makes it feel hopeless, becomes overridden. Because when I was with them, I felt like anything was possible, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah, for
felt like it
sure.
didn't matter what was happening in the world, whatever issue or problem. If I was with those people and I sat with them for a while, we could work it out,
Oh,
right?
for sure. And then like on top of that, the energetics that we're tapping people into, that you're tapping people into,
Hmm.
obviously I'm a little biased with the heart coherence, but
Right.
there's like, a lot of data that supports that we really do synchronize. And when we
Hmm.
come together in this way, our energy really does expand more than it could if we were alone.
Right. Which is what's the element that I started to really see in action at the retreat
Yeah.
was I could do my meditations and seeing the group energy forming around those amazing meditations. Because you'll
Mm.
agree with me that the final meditation on the first day when we did the future self integration and we were bringing in the light and there was an energy, it was the air was crackling.
It
It
was
was
crazy.
crackling with electricity. And we
Yeah.
in the shared group energy, we did some energy and breath work exercises at the beginning where people are
Mhm.
drawing mana into their hands in the
Mhm.
second meditation. And so by the time they end, that room is just crackling with energy. And it really excited me. It motivated me for our event that we're holding in Los Angeles on November 21st through the 23rd. Because of this retreat, I'm able to take these new meditations to an entirely different level.
Mhm.
And we have an expansion. We can do an extra couple more meditations. So I had sent out an updated schedule to everybody that has already signed up. But we're
Nice.
we're going to do the bliss body meditation.
Mhm.
Once I realized what we could do energetically, I was talking to you about this, is that we can start using light exercises and energy exercises as a group where we pull the energy in through our bodies through each particular part,
Mhm.
healing it, transforming it, and returning it to zero state. But with the frequency that we use with the music and the guidance and the exercises we have beforehand, but also the group energy at the same time,
Mhm.
I'm really excited to see the sort of healing and energetics that can occur from this. I can't wait because I didn't understand how responsive people were to my voice. One thing I realized, a lot of people have listened to me for sleep meditations and regular meditations. So because of that, their subconscious is naturally releasing and letting go a little bit faster than if just a normal speaker. And because of that, there's a sort of extra potentiality that occurs. I'm trying to put it in so it doesn't seem complicated. But do you understand what I'm saying?
I absolutely do understand what you're saying. And one thing that I want you to touch on, because it's unlike anything I've experienced before, and some people listening might know this, but some might not. The whole vibe of the retreat around the future self and how like, could you
Yeah.
just talk about that? Because it's cutting edge.
Right.
And
What we're doing, and one of the motivations for doing this retreat is the advancements that we have gone through on my channel, which I've shared my journey. And when I have revelations or new teachings, I'm teaching them in my meditations. I'm doing lessons because I do what Ra teaches as learned teaching,
yeah,
right? I learn it and then I teach it and then I learn it better and then I teach it better. As I learn something, the first way for me to truly understand it is to start teaching it. So,
nice.
if you follow my channel at the beginning in my book that I wrote, The Reality Revolution, The Mind-Blowing Movement to Hack Reality, I started discussing ways of quantum jumping and then I explore reality transurfing on my channel where we're doing breath work. We would do the fire breath. I would combine heart coherence
Mhm.
and I would put people in an energetic state where they would quantum jump into a reality.
Yeah.
And this was really working for a lot of people. And then I developed ways to do it in sleep. It was an energetic explosion into a reality, essentially.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I would have people really, I mean, it happened with you
Oh
with
yeah.
some group meditations that we did early on with the Quantum Healing
Healing.
Collective,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
QHC.
Yeah.
And you are experiencing absolute shifts in the reality around you, like things, objects moving, things changing, neighborhoods changing, that kind of thing, right? Um,
Yeah.
but what would happen is people would drift back to the old reality.
Every time.
So I was constantly trying to figure out, okay, how can I make this stick?
Yeah.
How does it really work? I started studying what's the physics of shifting. If I'm shifting consciousness into another reality, how does that play out? And what is limiting me?
Hmm.
what is stopping me from going further?
Yeah.
And so then on my channel, you follow me studying the higher self and how to work with the higher self.
Hmm.
And then facilitating a way for you to find, first of all, there's a million future selves.
Yeah.
That's the thing, the revelation here is that there's a million future selves. There's a future self you don't want to meet. That dude sleeping on the street and
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
terrible person.
Yeah.
I know a future self that I would dread to meet. You know what I mean? I face that shadow, but I don't want to enter into that reality. But there is a future self in all the different realities. There's one that's lived really the absolute perfect life that you could ever imagine, which is what I'm now living. And I show it as an example, right? And so then if you through your higher self connect to your future self,
Mhm.
and then you meet your future self. Your future self is you in the future, and then your future self starts downloading information into you about what will happen.
Mhm.
So it's like you suddenly have sort of this psychic component where you're precognitive, and you can start to sense the different possibilities that are available to you. And so then the future self walks into the body,
Mhm.
right?
Mm.
And so I've established some meditations on the channel to try to do that, but it's a sequence.
Yeah.
The thing is, I can't do it in on YouTube unless I were to put up a course, which I could do. But even in a live event, it's a sequence. So first, we need to awaken the pineal gland, and you need to start to have an awareness of the true reality beyond our reality, with your mind's eye being able to see it, learning how meditation is a sort of portal, right?
Mm.
That was the element that helped facilitate that. So once people are in that sort of state where they're in a quantum state, then they meet their higher self. The higher self shows them the perfect reality. We
Yeah.
quantum jump into that reality. And then in the third meditation on the first day, you meet your future self. Your future self walks into your body. And so when people are done with this, the most incredible changes happen. Suddenly they're sleeping differently, eating differently, thinking differently.
Yeah.
They suddenly have knowledge and wisdom they never had before. They
Mm.
have one very likely component is they know everything's going to be okay. Like they're not fearful at all, even though they should be scared to death because of some crazy debt that they have or something that's coming up. But it's like they have this absolute knowing that everything's going to be okay. It starts to shift the way they act with people and what they do and how they see opportunities. And then they end up one step at a time following this inner intuition, guiding them towards that great life that we show them. And
Yeah.
so then I would have people do this, and they would get caught up in their subconscious.
Mm.
They would get stuck, so they didn't have uh, a sort of way of dealing with it, because it's a drastic change. A part of your subconscious is not ready for it. You're not
Mm.
ready for what happens. So I teach them that. On the second day, we started working on how to actually navigate the new you, right? And that sequence is important, and that's why this retreat is so exciting. So in LA, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same sequence the first day. We actually
Mhm.
look at fractals
Mhm.
after doing a breathing technique that's incredibly powerful. And then on the second day, we navigate the new you, and then we're going to do the bliss body. So we're going to heal the body completely after that.
Nice.
With all these
Nice.
shifts, it's going to return the physical body into that state that it enables that perfect future timeline. And then the final meditation is remembering your future. Remember that, where I
Mm.
take you through these events and you
Mm.
start seeing from your future self all these
Wow.
amazing things. So on the third day, we're going to open up and we're going to do flowing into large sums of money through your future self. So now we're going to have something I didn't get to share in the retreat. So this will be the classic large sums of money meditation, but flowing through your future self. Then once we do that, we do a shift into the fourth density for the final meditations, where we do that group meditation that we start working on, and we shift into the fourth density. Oh, the second meditation on the third day is opening to love.
Mm.
And it's romantic love. It's also a cosmic love. When we do that, by the time we leave from this, we will be beings of light with infinite possibilities capable to them, infinite potentials, and literally every step they take will be so transformative. They'll be able to introduce this to other people where they can also integrate other people's future self, and one person at a time. As they leave this event, the whole world is going to enter into its greatest timeline.
I can say that is definitely true because since I've left the event, I will randomly be getting downloads for new ideas that definitely wouldn't have come from me on my own. For example, I was telling you this, but last week out of the clear blue, I got this download to reach out to all of the guests that have come on the Heart Coherence Collaborative and form a council.
Nice. I
And
love that.
so and so I reached out to all of them and I've gotten like 15 people that have said yes, they're going to come to Situate in the spring and now there's this council of healers forming. I don't
I
really
love
even
it.
know why it's happening, but it's something big and it came from my future self.
Right.
And then another example, like I was randomly, I woke up one day and I got this download that I need to be doing high intensity interval training.
Right.
Never,
Hit.
never
Let's
done that
go.
before.
Yeah,
Never
no, no,
done
that
that.
stuff, that hit is big time, man.
Dude, now I'm feeling shredded, man.
Right?
It's like, what's going
Without a lot of
on?
work, right?
It's the best. 20 minutes and
Right. It's like a
it's a,
revelation. Yeah.
yeah,
But your future self would know that. Your future self's like, dude, you're making this too hard on yourself. Just do 20 minutes of hit. It's like, and then, so what we're trying to teach people is how to access that wisdom when
Mhm.
they integrate with the future self. There is
Yeah,
a process involved in that. You can reach a point where, like I've told you, I have day traders
yeah,
that are working with their future self. They know what's happening in the markets before it happens.
mhm.
I have people that are moving to places, they seemingly don't know why, but okay, I'm moving to North Carolina, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, the biggest thing is what is most exciting is people shredding any limiting beliefs and obstacles that they've been placing. People that when they come to me or this event or utilize this technique, they're like, yeah, I'm too old. I can't do this anymore. Now it's like, I got two books I'm going to write, you
yeah,
know, and I
yeah,
got even more that's on the way. Right. It's like,
yeah,
I don't think that it's going to work out. I don't think I have much chance of it. And now it's like, for sure, of course I can do this. Right.
yeah.
There was a person that we saw at the event. Remember, she told us she had visions of speaking in towards a large group of people, and that had not been in her own thinking before she did this. And that's what it does. You start to become aware of what's possible because the higher selves start working together in the
Yeah,
group, right?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, when is the do you know when the council is going to be? And is it
Oh,
going to be just an event you're going to hold virtually, or what's going to happen?
more will be revealed, but we're going to meet in person and virtually, and I would love for you to be there. One thing that
At the Golden Heart.
well, we'll see.
We'll
At
see.
my new home that I'm living now that
Ah, okay.
unfolded because of
Which is
some year.
close to the Golden Heart?
It's in
It's in
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, nice.
yeah, yeah. But one of the things that I'm really, looking forward to and just excited about is since the retreat, I've been able to observe, the members in the WhatsApp group from the
Yeah.
retreat, and they're like meeting together, they're working on all these
They're
projects together.
scheduling Zoom sessions.
Yeah,
That really warmed me because the problem with these retreats, in a lot of cases, is it doesn't stick.
it
You
doesn't
get
stick.
excited, you have a great experience, you go home, and then everything's there, and it starts you start back into the old timeline. You just immediately shift back into the old timeline. It's
Yeah,
good to get out of your environment, but then when you get back to the old environment, you shift back. And so we're trying to give tools for
yeah,
people to maneuver through this so that it really does stick. And that's what I'm excited about is we're already seeing it very quickly after
yeah.
the retreat.
And
We
and
have
the other thing too is like it's a movement and it's expanding rapidly, but I'm excited to go to LA to show up as my future self, you know? Now it's like a fellowship where it's like
right,
everyone that was at the Golden Heart, they want to show up at LA and be like,
right.
look at my future self, you know?
One of the most amazing revelations for us though was the music. The music was
Oh,
what suddenly made this event that we've created so different than anything I've ever experienced or seen. It's something so different and amazing. we realized I would do a teaching. So each
Mhm.
of the sessions, I would do a teaching, and then we do the meditation. And then at the end, there's this sort of period of time where everybody is decompressing, but their eyes are open. They're just like they can be talking, but it doesn't. They don't feel like it's. I'm not going to jump up and walk away. There's a
Mhm.
decompression, and then we started playing songs that I had. My songs. People have heard some of this music that I played. Uh, uh, on several episodes that I've recently released. We
Nice.
played Ancient Echoes. We played The Dream Is Real. We played some other songs, and the song ended up being perfect. People are crying, and then
Yeah.
you realize the song is like an activation in itself. It like cements it. It creates this sort of identity shift, right?
Oh
I, I,
yeah.
I it felt like it was supernatural, right?
Oh man, it is supernatural. And
The
these of
song was from the quantum realm. It was like I was hearing a song from that version of reality and I recognized it. My future self was recognizing this song that is like a, big hit in that other reality that had come through as we're playing it. And it's like integrating there's lessons in the song that are coming through and it sounds great. It doesn't sound hokey at all, you know? So
no, 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 yeah, anybody listening, Brian is a phenomenal musician, a creator of music, and he has a lot of music that's going to be released soon, and it's actually amazing.
I've
Not
been
just
sharing
saying,
it with you. You got a chance to listen to a lot of it,
I
right?
listen to it at the gym, I listen to it on the way to the gym, and I'm not just saying this, it's top notch, man. I'm proud of you for all the stuff you're working on.
Yeah. What I'm excited about is, I was sharing with you that I was already in discussion with Brian Larson. And we're talking about ways of doing audition calls and getting group meetings from Zoom. Even if the people out there, please reach out to me. Once you start hearing my music, what we want to do is play this music together and we're thinking of ways we're going to do it on Zoom together first, and then we can have people come together at the event and play these songs at the end of the meditation so
Let's
that it'll be a
go.
live song. And so we're going to start doing events that are constructed as it's like you're going to a live show, but
Mhm.
you're experiencing it in your consciousness. And we're creating DMT releases and chemical releases in the brain. Light is coming through. I didn't
Wow.
I feel like that we've discovered something. It's like lightning in the bottle, right?
Should I bring my bongos to LA or?
Bring the bongos, man.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? We could at least start playing with these songs to build it or jam afterwards. Because I really feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Something special is happening regarding that. So, and we also enjoyed on Saturday night. On Saturday night, after we're done with the meditations, after we've eaten dinner, we came back and we had group karaoke where we were just singing along to
Yeah.
songs, and you could just see people opening up and the release
Yeah.
of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm just getting all these memories that are hilarious of the reality revolution just dancing away.
Dancing, just dancing,
Yeah.
dancing and screaming out, and just people like coming out of themselves. I mean, like
Yeah.
like you said at the beginning, a lot of people that are awakened, a lot of people that have shifted in consciousness,
Mm.
it can feel like you're alone.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. Jesus goes through his desert phase when he's in the desert alone, right? Everybody that's in an awakening stage, they go through the black night of the soul, they go through the
Mm.
the desert phase, and it can feel very, very alone. One common thing I get from clients is it feels like nothing really matters. Like everything's just a game and you're numb to it, right? Because you realize there's so much more. Like you see behind and beyond the matrix, people can seem like zombies and they can feel like non-player characters. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
and and that and so there's this moment where okay, everybody here is real, and
Mm.
it takes you back to your humanity a little bit, right?
That's one of the things I really loved about, the event and kind of how you're operating is it's structured, but you're also leaving room for the mystical, magical to show up. And for example, like, I started opening up, doing some energy exercises But then out of the clear blue, a couple of the members, John and Dan, came up to me and they were like, "Hey, do you mind if we open it up and do some warm-up exercises for everyone?" And you were cool with it.
Yeah.
And then that like built the energy. And it's just really cool
Yeah.
to see everyone get involved and how the universe is showing up in these events and bringing its magic.
Yeah.
It's unexpected and we're flowing with it.
Yeah. We do energy exercises before we do our session. And so we want to invite new and different exercises and expand on that. We ended up doing some stuff that I think was really perfect for that meditation.
Yeah.
We did some Donna Eden exercises.
Yeah.
We also, did you notice the change after we did the primal scream? The
Oh,
release after the primal
I
scream.
that's the thing. I actually had to go inside to meet with the chef during it. I
So
was
you didn't even get to do the scream.
dude, I heard it in the house. And when I came back, I noticed the energy, but I didn't know what was going on. I was like, "What? What is I just heard I was like, "What's going on?" And then
Right.
when I came back in the room, it was definitely different. It felt
It-
like people like it just like went through some deep, deep trauma healing.
right.
There was
It's a
tears
form of
everywhere. Yeah.
instantaneous shifting, the primal scream, you know?
I was
I've
like,
been
what
telling people
happened?
about this on my channel. I've mentioned it in episodes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we got to do, people that are, you don't have to do the primal scream if it's going to hurt your throat or something like that. Like I said, you can do the silent scream, you know that,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
right? Where, you can do the silent scream, but we have this particular technique when done in a group. It's just fantastic. It really
Mhm.
is.
I did it during my retreat, and in the closing circle, we had 15 people there, and 4 or 5 of them said it was the most profound thing that's ever happened in their life.
Which tells you a lot about what's happening in the world.
Mm.
What tells me is that everybody's in their shell.
Yeah.
It's an energetic shell that we form to protect ourselves from the world. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not going to express who I truly am. I'm not going to vocalize what I feel, what I
Hmm.
want,
Hmm.
what's going through my mind, because I'm not, what I say may is be misinterpreted or misjudged. So I'm sort of protecting myself. I'm
Yeah.
being
So true.
safe. I'm being
So
safe.
true. Yeah.
I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm being safe. And so there's this little inner version of you that slowly is dies. And it's
Mm.
like instantly woke up, like let it all out.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
release it, let it all out. And that's what I found to be pretty interesting. We have some amazing testimonials that
Yeah.
we'll be sharing here of different people and what they experienced with the group.
I didn't know what to expect coming here. And getting the opportunity to meet Brian and all the wonderful people that attended has just been a life-changing experience for me. Through Brian's teachings and meditations, I really feel that I have shifted and that the trajectory of my life has changed. I I can see a clear path to my goals and dreams. And I highly recommend for anyone who's thinking about attending his live events, please do it. Just do whatever you need to get here. It's amazing to meet him, to feel the strength of his presence, to witness his amazing voice. I have listened to his YouTube videos for years, and it's really helped my life. But this is way different and life-changing, and it will change your life too.
How's it going? Danny here. Had such an amazing weekend this weekend. Experienced some very profound and powerful meditations that were led by Brian Scott. It was absolutely incredible for me. I feel a profound and new sense of vitality in my life, a new sense of direction. I'm looking forward to getting back home and really leaning into my future self. So I highly recommend anybody out there, if you're thinking about it, don't even think about it. Come and join Brian Scott and all the wonderful people here that put these kinds of things together. It's a beautiful experience. I recommend it for everybody.
So I just got back from Brian's first live event and still processing how incredible the weekend actually was. His meditations in person are way more powerful than by yourself, and the people you meet while you're there are truly amazing. It's one of those experiences that you don't want to miss, and it will definitely change the rest of your life.
This experience has been beyond my expectations. It literally has helped me break through some fears, which is one of them sitting here, talking to the camera and saying my experience. But coming together with a group of people that I didn't know from anywhere, to come together with them, be able to talk about all this stuff and know that they're on the same level has been such a gift for me, to be able to express myself and be my future self. I've been really striving and meditating every day to try and be.
I would say hearing him in person, his voice and the welcome and the thank you is surreal and incredible and really pulls you into the here and now, which is incredible to be all together in a group of a bunch of people that are that in tune and in alignment.
Yeah, it's just been amazing meeting the people, meeting Brian. The retreat space is amazing, beautiful, healing. It's been everything I thought it was going to be.
I was very excited to just be here. Like, Brian is just as authentic, like in person, as he is on his video. He's just like his videos. I've been watching his videos for like 5 years. And so being here is just like an honor, and so excited to actually implement and hear from the source himself, how things are going.
I would love to, because he has changed my life. I had started to listen to him on YouTube and was very attracted to the messages that he was sending, and they were very helpful to me. And even though a lot of what he says is things that I've heard from other people, his presentation is very powerful because of his humility, his enthusiasm, his conviction, and his presentation, I guess. So when I found out about this event coming up, I signed up for it as fast as I could without thinking.
My experience this weekend, wow, it's so amazing that I don't know how to explain it, but I can mention a few things. The first and the most important thing, just meeting so many people at the same vibration. That was something that is really challenging for me. Around my location or my house, it's really difficult to find people at the same vibration, so it was really joyful to be able to connect to people at the same level of the energy and level of thinking. So that was really great. And the other thing was just having Brian live doing meditation with you and going in more depth of getting connected with your higher self, with your future self in a more tangible way. It was just spectacular.
The whole experience was very pragmatic. Like, this is not about reaching an understanding. This is about recognizing a beingness and transferring it to a doingness. This is practical, this is purposeful, this is tangible and immediate. And as far as retreats go, that's what I'm interested in, and I think that's the value in something like this, is that it's not something you mentalize. It's something that you touch, try, feel, and can take home with you.
So I've done a lot of retreats, but in this one, the shift was definitely what Brian promises already, a quantum shift. The experience is a shift within the shift. So even if you've already had a lot of experiences with advancement, this is a very comprehensive, brings it all into that focus for you.
There's also just so much that is available for us in the future. The possibilities really become endless. Yeah. We're working on it. We still haven't nailed it down, but we're working on setting up another event on the East Coast for all those people that couldn't make it to LA. We're looking at Jersey or New York right now. We'll
Yep.
see how it comes in. If anybody knows, has connections for events, to let us know. And then we're also working on Cancun, and all inclusive. And what we may start doing is having longer and longer retreats so that we can do 4, 5, 6, 10 days, you know, and it's going to grow. The event itself is going to grow bigger and bigger and more amazing and more special. And, what else can we do but share how passionate we are about this because it's so exciting. It's just so
It's
exciting,
it genuinely is the coolest time in the world, you know? Like,
Happiest time of my entire life right now. I
yeah,
have to say that I'm in the flow, and because of this, it opened up something in me that said, "That's what you're meant to do." I was
let's
telling you about
go.
that. Remember, I went back to the hotel room after the final Sunday, and I sat down, and I do my meditations, and I have certain things I meditate about, and I'm always testing what's my resistance here. Like, do I really believe? And how much of me is doubting what's going on. So I'm pretty tuned into that. If I sit here and tell you that I'm going to have $100 billion, I first of all believe that anything's possible and that I can create that. But there's also a part of me that says bullshit. You're
Mhm.
not going to have $100 billion, right? So
Yeah.
I know, like, instantly, that's not in the realm. Anything's possible. So I'm challenging myself in the beliefs. And
Mhm.
I saw a vision of us doing these live events, really just throughout the entire world, groundbreaking, transformative events where we are shifting people into their greatest timeline. And it felt believable to me. These events and the experiences felt very believable when I moved into the quantum realm. And that locked it in for me. It just said, okay, I'm gonna do everything I can to facilitate ways that I can meet everybody that's watching this, because I can't wait to meet you, because I already know that you're incredible, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And just giving you another shout out, man. You really do perform amazing live. And that was one of the reactions of everybody that was there. Like, it's so cool to meet you in person, man. You know? And the meditations are amazing online, but there's just something about doing it in person that is different. It's more powerful, and it was an honor to be there with you,
Let's
man.
be honest. The people that attended that event they took a leap of faith.
They did,
There,
yeah.
it was my first retreat. I had never done a live. They'd seen me do virtuals, but literally sitting in this office,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they took a leap of faith and they said, "Okay, I'm going to give Brian a chance. I believe in him, even though I've never seen it." So
Mhm.
thank you to all those people that gave me that leap of faith, because it gave me the courage to do it, right?
Yeah.
And so once we did that, and I experienced and I realized this is what I've been preparing for. Well, I was talking to my son about it. And I was like, Dad, why didn't you just do this like 3 or 4 years ago? I mean, you should have been doing it 3 or 4 years ago. My channel's peaked before. Some could say not at the peak. And there's certain times I could have taken advantage of that. And you know what? It wasn't right. It wasn't the right time. I was still learning. I wasn't ready. I had I was 7 years on YouTube. Felt like 4 years of college, 3 years of graduate school. Now I'm ready. And I
Mhm.
would not have been able to offer the teachings on the level that I understand them now. So I feel like you've come to me and asked me about doing events and other things before, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing a reality con, even a virtual event, and I've said, no, I'm not going to do it, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
I took about 3 years off where I didn't do any events or offer any
Mhm.
trainings or do anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's
and
funny because the universe is really supporting this mission because like when we did the Golden Heart, right?
yeah,
We're one you were kind of wondering how's it gonna work and all this stuff. And we were supposed to set up the website so it only booked about 20 beds, but there ended up being a glitch in the website, and so
right,
it didn't stop it from happening. And so like 70 people, like 50 to 70 people tried to book. And what that did was it let us know that a lot of people want to do this, right? And so
right.
that's kind of why we went from
Yeah,
doing
we
it.
weren't expecting it to be like
Yeah,
that. We thought there was a real chance We're gonna have 3 or 4 people show up,
You thought
and
that.
I
I didn't think
I said,
that. Yeah.
what's the limit? Can we just live with that? Are we good?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
um, and it also inspired me to facilitate my group on school that everybody's heard me talking about and seen comments about. We from that, a lot of the people that went to the event joined my group on school at school.com/reality revolution, where people will be able to watch the live stream of the event and participate in this just for joining the group, which was really great because I thought, what should I, how are we going to get this out so that we can, because there are people that are in Australia, that are in different countries in different situations that have jobs or work, but they want to be able to access this content. And so what has been really incredible is that I only started this on Saturday,
Yeah.
and I'm talking to you on Monday, and we are nearing 500 members already on the group.
Wow.
And what is incredible is going in and the participation. Everybody, the way the group is set up, they got skin in the game. They're part of the process. Everybody's supporting everybody. Everybody's introducing everybody. Everybody's participating in this process. People who invested in their shift that believe in it, they're supporting each other, and it's beyond what I imagine. Now we have this place where people are joining and getting together, where I can meet with them on a weekly basis, and I think it's just the beginning of what is possible. And the thing is, we still have tickets for the event in Los Angeles that you can still get. And you can get them at www.brianscottlive.com/event November. The link is in the description, just like the link is for school and the link to Kyle's channel, the Heart Coherence Collaborative, where Kyle is regularly doing interviews of some of the most amazing people. Uh, and there's so much we have coming so that if you are part of the school group, you get first dibs on some of these tickets that are going to be available. But we're also, if you follow Kyle or me, we're going to announce it on our channels, these events, because we're working together to do these. And if anybody out there has an event or place where we can do an event or a suggestion for to do a retreat, then reach out to Kyle or me and let us know. If you have a place where that would be perfect, we are literally searching the world right now. We are scouring the world. We're contacting hundreds of different people, and we're in the process. So anybody that can help facilitate that, that wants to be a part, that can help us, we would greatly appreciate it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Email me at coherencetrainers@gmail.com with anything that could help support our events. We would love to hear it. So thank you.
Right. And outside of that, what I'm calling on people to do is if you can start a meditation group, first if you can do it on Zoom, then do it on Zoom. If you can meet people locally, then meet people locally. If you can meet a group of people at the park and spend 30 minutes, sharing energies, supporting each other. If we start doing this, getting out of our house, getting out of our shell, and we start seeing people for people and interacting with them, right? It breaks down a lot of the stuff, the mind war that we're participating in the world, and we start to see the true that we are all one, that together anything is possible, and it opens up something within us. And so I call upon that. Maybe it's just your classroom that you're in. That classroom, take advantage of it. See those people for who they are. They are you, and you're meeting different versions of ourselves. And so that's what I'm calling for people to actively participate. If it's not my group, there's so many amazing people out there that have started groups that are doing live events, and I recommend you participate in them because it's really a place to access this new form of energy that I believe is more intense than it was 10 years ago. This fourth density energy really relies on group energy, right?
Yeah.
What was your opinion? We both said after the second day, it was like we felt drained of energy a little bit temporarily, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
Because
were like, "What should we do?" This happened at my retreat too. Like, there's this big energy,
you get so high. you get so
Yeah.
high that it's hard to maintain that, you
I
know?
noticed that next morning I was recharged pretty quickly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But it's I was profoundly interested in the energetic implications. I mean, in that last meditation, I was like, take my energy, take it. And if you remember that
Oh,
last
yeah, yeah,
meditation,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
I had more energy. So it's an interesting after that. It's an interesting observation. I'd
Yeah,
love to know.
that was really cool when you went around and you put your hand on every single person and supercharged them up.
I did, and I
That,
had not planned on doing that. It's just something that
that,
happened, you know.
that was a special moment.
So there's so many new things coming, so many different possibilities. Tell me what else you've been reading. You said that somebody had brought a book for you.
Oh yeah,
Tell.
by Adashanti. It's like this book on the steps to awakening, but it's so weird because it's almost like my future self knew I needed that book, and Ryan came and gave it to me. So anybody listening, Ryan, who came to the retreat, brought me a book. He said, "I felt like you needed this book," and the book's all about just dissolving into the present moment. And for me, it's like exactly what my future self ordered because. I go too fast sometimes in life, you know?
Yeah,
I run to just try to get things done instead of just being. And we know that when you just, settle into this place, everything can happen from there. And
right.
so, that was just an amazing moment for me where I'm really grateful that that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then meeting Luis, who runs a
Oh
channeling
yeah.
group and, helped us
Yeah.
connect the projector, that was really amazing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Anahita, the dentist that she was so sweet there. I mean, everybody that I met was just incredible, and they
I'm
all
almost I'm almost kind of worried because it's like, at the Golden Heart we had what, 25 Reality Revolution members and the energy was just so crazy. What's
you
going
think
to
it'll be too
happen
much energy,
when we have 200 people? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be
right?
crazy.
So can you imagine 2,000 or 20,000?
Oh,
That's
I
my
already
goal.
have. Yeah.
I'm asking everybody to help me to see my goal because I think it's your goal too. If we can get 30,000 reality revolutioners like at like a large basketball arena or stadium or something like that, I think that we might effectively change the world in that moment. Now, a lot of people have done large meditation groups, 200,000, 100,000. You heard about that. People have done
Yeah.
these large groups. I'm not talking about that. I have a unique way of catalyzing a group of people so that we can create a ripple of energy that will just swarm the earth. I think we might be able to completely change the world with just that group. I think it's possible, right?
Yeah, I interviewed a jiu-jitsu world champion the other day, and what she said was when I asked her, like, how did you become champion? She said, what I had to do, I hit this plateau. I then had to surround myself with other champions. So, like, how she became champion was finding the other champions out there and surrounding herself with
Right.
them. Why I'm bringing that up is because there is actually something amazing that happens to you going to these events and realizing these other people are doing this work. Like
Yeah.
for me, it raised the bar for me in my life in a weird way. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't necessarily know why that happens, but it
I do
feels,
think there is an element that I've discussed in my episode on several episodes, the secret to transformation that nobody talks about,
yeah.
uh, is that just being there in their presence, even if you don't do anything, you don't
Mm,
write down a single note, you just sit there. You
mhm.
just sit there in the group that you will walk away transformed. That's what I'm saying is happening. It's a quantum property that happens. We have morphic fields,
Yeah.
and over the course of the event, the field starts to form and it raises people's energy. So there's a shift, and we're programming the energy in
Mm,
the event. We're not just bringing in energy, but we're programming it to a particular frequency that we've all experienced it. I've tried to explain it. It's like you're riding a wave. It's
yeah.
like you're riding a wave, and you just got to stay balanced on the board, but the wave can last forever. It's not
Mm,
like it's going to wash on shore. It's like you're in an energy that's streaming through you. So it seems like everything is working out for you all the time. And it just gets bigger and bigger. And the more you allow it, the more you open yourself up to it, then these amazing possibilities come. And if you don't restrict it, the flow of energy just comes where it becomes, it's like you're in a movie. It's like you're in some sort of fairy tale. But it's absolutely happening and it's real. That's where I want everybody to be, where it's like you wake up and you don't know what amazing, wonderful experience you're going to have, what new, wonderful rewards, gifts, bonuses, treasures, experiences that will flow through your day. And it's just one thing after another. That's what we're talking about. You've experienced it now.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, you don't realize how many different opportunities are coming to you on a daily basis, different ideas.
So many.
There's so many different ideas that you have for a major thing that would change your life, right?
Yeah.
Right? I was literally, this is the kind of example, like I was flowing with my future self before this, and I was sitting there and I was like, got a Broadway play. I just thought of the whole entire Broadway play. It was all like there. I had the songs and everything. It's there. I was thinking, I should actually
Yeah.
contact somebody to put on this Broadway play. And I would
Yeah.
have never imagined that. It's that kind of
Mm.
like thinking, like this huge, really big thinking, anything's possible. Like if I can do anything, I can do
Mm.
anything. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. It's not just about me. I want everybody to feel this. I want
Yeah.
everybody to feel that that's my life's mission, is to
Mm.
be in this flow of energy where everything is working out for you. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would just encourage anybody here to come join us in LA. I would love to meet you. I'm so excited because
Yeah.
the last event, I was helping host, so I was running around a lot, but this one I'm anchoring in for every
Yeah.
meditation. I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, I know that some people couldn't make it because
Yeah.
it's closer to Thanksgiving, and there's other things that came up. Totally cool. We totally
Yeah.
understand. We're saying that we are promising you, we are
Yeah.
going to do more events in the future. Please
Yeah.
keep an eye on that. We will always announce it on the channel. We'll come on and talk about new events that we have. Join our email lists so that you'll hear about it right away. Join my group so you get first dibs as soon as it comes out.
What's the website too? Because we're going to keep updating it on the website. So if you keep an eye on the website, any new events will be
Yeah,
uploaded to the
yeah, and I will
website.
update it on my website, therealityrevolution.com, and
Cool.
we'll have regularly updating it there.
Awesome.
But you follow me on social media. I'll be announcing it everywhere. You will know a way to get it's accessible and available to you. And eventually, we're going to have people registering for these events so that ahead of time, because and we're going to do everything in our power to make it available for as many people as possible. And make it as affordable. As we get larger and larger groups, we can probably make it at less of a cost for a larger group, and we can facilitate ways. We're doing it. We're
Yeah.
going to do it. We're finding ways to make it so we can really make it an incredible experience.
Awesome.
Yeah. So once again, thank you, Kyle, for actually being the inspiration to me to do this event, coming to me and asking me to do it, because without you, none of this would have happened. So you're an angel that came to me and helped me, and I greatly appreciate it. And just everybody else, I can't wait to meet you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Keep an eye out. And as always, welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm incredibly excited to announce a new community that I've formed on School for the Reality Revolution. I've been teaching timeline shifting and reality creation for years through YouTube, and I've watched the same pattern repeat over and over again. People manifest the most incredible things, and then it all collapses. This is where the shifts become permanent, and I will see you inside. Once again, it's www.school.com/reality revolution.